Hello and welcome to another episode of Facebook Lead Success, designed to get you up to date with whatever new interfaces are happening and show you what is working now. So recently there has been a slight tweak, or in the last couple of months, this is in 2019 in September, there's been a couple of changes to the main layout. Look, the functionality still remains the same, but one of the things that can be tripping people up is that the business manager that you really need to get into some of the richer features in Facebook ads can be a little bit tricky, particularly if you're trying to add new people. So have a look at some of the other videos that I've shown you and how to set that up and add people. Excuse me, and you'll be hearing some hedge trimmer across the road. Sorry, it's Murphy's Law. As soon as you try and do a video, then you know what happens. Noise. So hopefully you can hear me over that. So I've just set up some ads in this account, and I want to kind of show you a couple of principles that I've used for them. Typically, in most of the videos that I'm sharing with you that are designed to get leads for coaching and consulting businesses, we will be looking at driving leads to a webinar or driving leads to a download. And this in this instance, we're driving straight to a webinar. So all those theories about webinar ads not working anymore aren't necessarily true. It can really just come down to message to market, but I do advise testing on webinars and downloads. Okay, so I was going to go here to show you the page. We kept it very, very simple. Now, these two lovely ladies came to me to sort of reinvent their strategy on their programs. And I'm super excited about it because I could see that we had a really great opportunity to really just sort of tweak the messaging a little bit and make it a little bit more accessible. They had a return to work program for professional women who'd had time out with kids. So what I wanted to do was make sure that we made the copy, they sort of tweaked it back a little bit, but made the copy more like how you would talk, okay? So some of this is still a little weightier than I'd like, but we wanted to keep it nice and clean. The previous version, they had actually, hopefully I should even be able to see this to you, show this to you. Can't even speak here. Okay, so they had a download before. Maybe they hadn't been really running it. Maybe it was here. This one was even converting at 24%. But I was feeling like it was just missing them out. Oh no, here we go. So Ultimate Guide to Returning to Work After Kids. Now, nothing wrong with this conversion rate at 39%. If they'd been giving that to their list too, though, you'd probably want to see that more at 65, 70, 80. So this was the page that they had. Now, there's a few kind of issues with this that I wanted to change. Sometimes it's great to just kind of test having something shorter, although I do like, the social proof, the testimonials there, the women themselves, like that looks, I think that is really cute. The media badges is great. This part is a little more problematic, and I wanted to keep it a little bit more simple, and this is a bit kind of funky over here, like to me, it just needed a bit of more power between your eyes. So we moved it instead to, yes, let's be clear, it's an online masterclass. It's still got live webinar there. Learn the 7 steps to reclaim your confidence and relaunch your career after kids without sacrificing your former achievements. So with that, I actually had put without sacrificing status or money. These high-achieving women who've given up a high-level job before they've had kids and are wondering what to do, how to regain the confidence and come back again. So the outcomes of the webinar there and go from there. So sitting at 39% there, which is great. The new one, I do not know why it is not giving me any conversions there. I might have to check on what's going on there because when I go to Facebook, I've got it there. So when I want to check in on these ads, the way I've set it up is that I like to take just a couple of images to start. We don't want to take too many elements, otherwise we won't know, particularly in a new ad set, exactly what's going on. So let me just orient you firstly around the Ads Manager. So you'll see up here your Business Manager homepage to click on, which is where we just were. Then your main tools menu is here. You can go, but temporarily you can go back to the old one if you want to and you don't know your way around. You may as well just get used to the new one, because I doubt you're going to be able to get to the old one very much. You can see an account overview here of what's been going on, essential stats. Now, I've only just set up this ad yesterday, so I haven't been running these campaigns. Someone else has been running these campaigns for them. They haven't really been working. So I've come in and I'm going to try and get that sorted, but that'll give you overall stats. You can always go up here and change the dates of when you want to look at those, okay? Now, there's 3 key layers. I've explained it in the intro videos as well, but campaign is where you set your objective, whether you want to get conversions if you're doing a lead generation campaign, which I advise, or whether you just want to go for link clicks if for whatever reason you can't track a conversion, that's fine. They're the 2 campaigns I mainly would advise. You can also set up messaging ads and lead ads, but I won't go into those now, otherwise this video will be about an hour long and I'm already putting a lot in it, so I want to make sure that we get to the point. So campaigns is where you choose your objective for what you'd like your overall lead gen strategy to do for you. Ad set is all about who you're targeting, so you can group the different target markets. So with this, I've just got the Career Comeback webinar. That is the campaign, and we have done that for conversions. Okay, and here it says we've got 3 career webinar signups done for $2.42 at the moment. So it was a little bit, if we go into that, then we want to have a look at the ad set. So the way I set that up is that we've got some cold traffic because we want to build the list and start testing and seeing where we can get some new people. We haven't got any conversions from the cold traffic yet, interestingly enough. Then we've got the warm engagement, which is people who've seen interacted with Facebook ads before. They're on your list, or they've engaged with your page somewhere. So we've added an audience, a custom audience of those people, and we've put the same 2 ads in both buckets. So we can already see running this. I only like to generally go for sort of $20, $30 a day to start, so you're not blowing too much money, and you can see straight away, okay, I should be getting, at least kind of 6 leads for $30, and if I haven't, in leads I mean email opt-ins for this, or webinar sign-ups, sorry, for this, and if I'm not, then there's something wrong. But I can kind of see, well, look, all right, on the face of that, overall we've got 3 webinar sign-ups for $2.42 each, right? Probably, I think in this sector I could get those a little bit cheaper, but at least I haven't done my dough yet. Where I'm seeing things blow out a little bit is I've got the cold traffic there, and I've spent $5.45, have not got a sign up. So I want to go in here, and I've kept the copy the same, but I've changed the image. So let me just show you what that looks like. And Facebook are running on both, I think on both ad sets, with the more casual looking picture. It just works better than professionally shot images right now, okay? So if you've got more of a snap to use for an image, then I would advise that you do that. This is more a professional image, so this one isn't working quite as well. Now, I've made this a longer form post. The longer form posts still perform quite well. You want to remember that there's only sort of 2 lines above an ad. That's showing you what the ad looks like in a mobile news feed, and you can toggle through and see what it's going to look like in other placements. I only ever put it in Facebook feed, desktop and mobile feed, to start, to really test whether the ad's working. Yes, you could do Instagram later if you want to, but do that in a separate campaign. To really test a campaign straight off, you want to just go into your placements, which I'll show you in a minute, and select Facebook, newsfeed, desktop and mobile. So I put made sure that first line of copy calls out my person. So remember those days before kids, when all that mattered was landing your next big corporate role. And with every promotion you got, you felt the undeniable pull to want to start your own family. And now the kids are in school, those pangs of ambitions have returned, and you're thinking about your career options more and more. Okay, outcomes of the webinar, and then a bit.ly shortened link here. Then we put the main link to the landing page here, learn more button. We want to track this. And that's basically what the ad's is looking like, right? So those 2 ads I've put in warm and I've put in cold. In cold traffic, same ads, This is getting more traction, this one, with the more natural looking snap. Always is winning at the moment. Natural snaps that look like something you'd naturally post on Facebook if you're a regular user, okay? It's not come up yet, but you'll sort of see it's a bit more, like it's less polished. It's still the girls, it's still, you know, a little posy, but it's a little less polished, and that one is definitely getting a lot more traction. What you'll find is Facebook will run with the ad that's people seem to like the most, that seems to get the most interaction. I haven't got any quality, engagement, or conversion rate rankings yet. Once they roll through, I'm going to look at those to get an idea. It's going to be a big determinant of the price I pay for the ads. So how relevant it is with the targeting, how much people are engaging with it, and how well it's converting as well, okay? And I might get a ranking as well, another ranking, relevant score is what I was trying to say. Out of 10, the closer that is to 10, the better the ad is performing. This one, I've had 2 link clicks. I can add different metrics here to have a look, but generally, I'm not really liking this cold traffic at all. I'm going to give it a day because you can switch in way too quickly. We only spent $5.45, so I'm going to roll it for a day and see what's going on. When I come in here, I can see that the less formal image is getting actually 50-cent sign up. So that ad is already looking like my winner. That is going to warm engagement. So I can, if I know that ad is a winner, I can either, and I want to target someone else, I can just duplicate this ad set. My warm engagement, just to show you what that looks like as well, is some custom audiences, and I show you in the videos how to set those up. So generally it's great to have some custom audiences that are people who've engaged with your Facebook posts or ads, your email list, and any other sort of people who've gone to like page viewers of other sign-up pages or campaigns you've done if you've tracked them with a pixel. And also retargeting. If we know that perhaps they've been to the page but they haven't opted in yet, you can exclude opt-ins and just run with the people who've been to the page and try and get them back again if you like. Sometimes people need to see things a few times. So I start off really, really simple with a low budget. I don't want to put too many ads in here with a low budget because I'm not going to get meaningful data. So generally I stick to 2 different images, 1 copy, and a couple warm and cold targeting. Then I like to see my stats. If I'm on track now, like to me, I mean, if I can keep up with 50-cent leads, hey, happy days, right? Doesn't always work that way, but I just want to show you around. So when we come down to this ads level, that's where you're just about the creative of the ads. That's where you can change your images. If you want to change an image but keep the copy and keep the targeting the same, we just click duplicate here. So it becomes very easy to start sort of seeing what's happening in your ads and managing them when you go in here, and you can do that on your mobile app too. Where I wanted to show you the placement was under ad sets to make sure that you are not letting Facebook like to try and force you into selecting certain placements, like all placements, because they want to be able to just run your ad wherever, even if the real estate isn't very good. So they try and force you into doing that. I do not advise that because you're not getting the prime real estate that your ad creative is really set for, particularly if you've got more of a long form post. So what I've done is gone to major capital cities in Australia, 34 to 53. With this cold one, I've gone very general here, and this might be one of the issues. So I might even take off childcare, early childhood education, and keep it more sort of fashiony and editorial. Narrowed it down a little bit. I think I'm going to make that call already, even though, and this is why I've got the problem. Didn't change it. Automatic placements is why that is not working. I guarantee it. It had just flicked past me. I must have, when I was setting that up, done that quickly, right? It's easy to do. So we take off Audience Network, we take off Messenger, and we take off Instagram, and we're just going to go Facebook newsfeed. We're even going to take off Marketplace, video feeds, and right column ads even, because this longer form, make sure you take off your stories, this longer form ads are not great. Okay, so I want that off. Facebook are always going to put them in. It's so easy for it to slip past. I was thinking, I wonder why the other ad's performing so much better. You see, we had no conversions. That was because this placements were not set up. So I've got to republish that now. I've set that up for cold traffic. I'll just check in warm engagement if I manage to do that the right way or not. I would suggest that's probably the reason for the difference in conversions, showing you right there, showing you the difference in image, showing you the difference in placement and what these things can have. I know there's so many elements that influence the outcome. It's important to just keep familiarizing yourself with that and getting it right. So I've created a custom conversion for that lead pages sign up where I've put the pixel on the thank you page and added the URL. I've pulled out Instagram profile visits, Facebook engagement, Facebook page, and ad engagement for capital cities there. I also make sure I take the detailed targeting, detailed targeting expansion off. Otherwise, Facebook will once again, I've got automatic placements. Geez, I don't know what I was doing here. It's just, you snooze, you lose here. This might mess things up, to be honest, to change it now that it does seem to be working, but I really do not like it in, I might keep Insta feed because that might have been working. No, I'm not. I'm going to take that off. I really just, when I'm testing them, do not like to have placements everywhere. Do not know how this snuck on. I never let that happen, but there you go. Did it late last night. Right. Now, publish that back. To be honest, that might mess with things because it's rolling. Now, don't forget as well up here, it'll start in, when it's in draft, it'll say it's publishing up here. This seems to be something new with the new format that sometimes it likes to sit there and wait for you. Like I've updated, but I haven't published. So I have to go up here. It never used to really do this. So let's publish that and make sure that's actually going ahead. They have to go back for a review. If I mess this up, I'm going to be most upset. But anyway, I could, because whenever you're looking at how your ads are going, and you'll see this in the ad set. Oh no, it's not. It's just saying 2 active ads. Sometimes what happens is it says it's still learning and it's just testing. So it's not showing you where that is at the moment. But anyway, so hopefully they'll approve those. Fingers crossed. Otherwise, we'll probably should have left them there. It seemed to be actually going quite well, so you know, you never know, but generally those having placements everywhere don't work that well. Now if you want to check if the placements were working, we can actually have a look at delivery, and we can look at the breakdown of placement just to now I probably get proved wrong. This is Facebook ads all the time. I have a view and then you test and then you see something different. So let's see what it says. Okay, if you look at impressions, look, there you go. Most of the news feed in mobile anyway, but some were given a few in Instagram. Cost per impression. Did we get any? Well, there were no conversions at all anywhere. Okay, so we're keeping that okay. Anyway, they didn't really, but a bit in stories. So some was spent in stories. That ad was not formatted well for stories. Same here, down here, most is mobile and desktop, which is good. But you'll see how they just like pop a few in. We weren't getting a lot in Instagram. What I would like to see from that is which ones converted there, where the conversions came from. I'm just going to have a look. I can also look at sort of their age and seeing where people come from as well. So in here, I'm seeing most are being served up to 35 to 44. Cost per impression is relatively cheap. So the warm engagement is much cheaper as they're younger. It's pretty much of a muchness there. I would like to see breakdown in placement. I would like to see the conversion. So I can go to customize columns here and I can go to custom conversions and I can add that custom conversion that I set, which is, just bear with me here. There we are, sorry, career comeback webinar. So if I apply that, what it should do is tell me where we got those. Aha, Facebook mobile feed. There is one in Instagram stories. Okay, so we did get one there. Maybe that might be worth, okay, I don't want to mess with it yet now. Now I want to put that back just in case Insta might sort of be a worthy place for us to look at. So it's worth going in and really seeing where the things is. There's only one there though. Cost per impressions though isn't bad for stories. On warm traffic, cold traffic, it's horrible though. See how we're paying $45 for story stuff there. So actually I'm going to leave it because I know that with Facebook we should see what we need to see at this point in time. We might have been able to see it on Insta because we were targeting Insta people for that ad. But anyway, I'm going to keep it simple for a day and just have a look on Facebook. So that's how we set up the ad. That's the different layers in here to just sort of get in and start just getting some stats. So set up two ad sets, warm and cold, with two different images and one copy just to test and see how that runs for you, and get testing, and good luck.